Joyfully Empowered is about feeling uplifted, inspired, and connected to your intuition. This is the place where dreams are possible, cups are half full, and community is solid. Topics include spirituality, leadership, feminine wealth, manifestation, intuition, and our sacred work. This is where bold self-starters come to refill their je ne sais quoi to continue spreading a little magic to the world. I am Stephanie Verchot, a spicy Latina, mom, and relentless about supporting others achieve their dreams by following their intuition. Welcome to Joyfully Empowered, my friends. Listen, today's a good one. This is the final wrap-up episode of season 1 finale, I guess. It's, episode 30. And I'm going to take a little break for the summer, regather all of my creativity and focus, and really get creative and playful, and come back to you in the fall for season 2. I cannot believe that it's been 30 episodes. I want to just start with quick little stats if you've been here for a while. So it took me about almost 2 years since inception of I want to do this podcast to actually doing it. And I remember I bought the mic. I wanted to do this cute little intro, figure out what the what the little image was going to be. And then I gave birth and I was like, I can still do this, but it took me a minute. And then I remember it was September, October of 2024. Holy bananas. And it's already June of 2025. And I was like, okay, it's time. And I came into my office. I had brought the mic that I had bought a year and a half ago. And I was like, that's it. I'm recording it. And that is so, that is so on brand for me. I tend to I definitely think through things, and I'm really strategic, and I'm also so impulsive where I'm like, okay, it's not going to be perfect. I don't know how this is going to work out, but I did it. And this is episode 30. So we've had, just if you're a nosy bee, over 1,000 downloads, which, listen, I did not start this podcast with it's going to be business building. It has to be this. I was like, I just want to have a mic. I want to have a camera. I want to talk to my people. So having said that, I don't know if it's good or if it's bad or if it's trending. For now, I am having fun, right? So I was looking at the stats. I'm like, okay, over 1,000 downloads. Awesome. Seems good. Again, not sure, but it seems good to me. We also have a global community. We have shout out to Brazil, Germany, Spain, Venezuela, Portugal, Switzerland. I know I have family there, so maybe, the fam's tuning in. Of course, the US. So I am very proud of this awesome global community. It's been really nice because over the past 30 episodes, I've done mini little episodes that are less than 10 minutes, motivational, inspirational, that I think it's been me mostly talking to myself when I need it. Those inspirations. I've had awesome guests. I've done a lot of solo episodes. It's just been a journey of exploration. And I see this as a blank canvas of what I want to talk about, what I want to share, being vulnerable. I've cried, I've laughed. It's been awesome. I've been super consistent though. So I've done weekly episodes for the past 6 months or so, every Saturday, maybe a Saturday here and there. I have not. I usually come here and record on Saturdays. That has worked really well for me, and it's kept me on it. A couple times I have done back-to-back recordings, which has been nice. If I know that if I was traveling or I wasn't going to come, that has been fun. Top 2 episodes has been the Ho'oponopono, which is this beautiful Hawaiian prayer. It's a recent episode, so check it out if you have not. And then the second one is how to build executive presence. So okay, I hear you, also on brand, very much strategic and executive and profesh. And then the Ho'oponopono is spiritual and intuition. And I'm if that's not the intersection of who I am and what I bring, this is awesome. So yeah, today I got a question. I asked on my Instagram, what do y'all want to talk about? Or what do you want me to talk about? What do you want me to riff about on my last episode? And I got an awesome question around manifesting wealth and health and vitality from like a place of like abundance and trust. So shout out to Kayla, because we'll be talking about that today for our final episode of season 1. What other updates can I give you before we dive in? My daughter, the son of my life, she is starting preschool in September. I keep telling all of my mom friends and anybody that will listen that like I need a support group. The last 3 years with her has been a joy, literal joy in my life. Like how much I've expanded and grown as a person, as a mom, as a business owner, how much fun we've had together. And I know that, look, I think something that makes me, I don't know, really enjoy life's moments, that I know everything is a season. Like I am so clear that life is just a matter of like a million seasons, and seasons can last a week, a month, a year, many years. And with her, ever since she came into my life, it was just like such a concept that I got to understand better, that everything is a season, that nothing lasts forever. And I think it's really helped me sink my teeth deeper into seasons. So seasons that like I'm working once a week or twice a week and I'm with her a lot. Seasons that she's been in daycare more often because I've had heavier workloads. Seasons where like a Tuesday we can like go to the Bronx Zoo or go to the Central Park and play. Right? Everything is a season. And we've had just like so much fun together as a family. And this season, starting in September, my little nugget is going to go to school 5 days a week. And I'm like, oh, but it's a season. So anyways, that feels really exciting. Exciting and nostalgic. It's a little bit of a heartbreak, if I'm being honest, like I always am in this pod. There's a few summer plans that are fun. Like I want to do a lot of beach. We're going to go to the Keys and like the Florida Keys for a minute. We might have 2 or other 3 trips planned. I am like hyper focused on quantum leaping in my business while also not increasing the hours that I work. So I'm really fascinated right now. I'm happy working 15, 20 hours a week, and I want to quantum leap my income. So maybe that will be the focus for next season. I think that feels exciting. And like, something to solve, you know. I was doing a little bit of like, okay, what's like 3-year plan? And this, you know, I'm like holding myself accountable and putting it out there. I don't own any. That's not true. I do. I own one real estate. I own one, like a house, a home, that we're in the process of selling. But I have never purchased something together as a family with my husband. And I really want to own a house on the beach in New York. It's a 3-year plan. I have mapped it out. It's a 3-year plan. So 2025, 2026, by 2027. That feels like scary in a good way, exciting, and it sort of like fuels fire under me. I love the idea. I was telling my husband the other day, I was like, I am a Cancer baby. I am a beach. I'm like a water sign. I'm all the things. We currently live like by the water, as in not like beach water, river water. It's like the East River, but from our apartment we can see a huge body of water, and if it's the most soothing thing to my soul. And I was talking to my husband the other day, I'm like, it's such a longing. I used to live in Miami Beach in my like mid-20s, like not crazy party Miami Beach, but like the small town vibes. If you know Miami Beach, and if you know like the small town Miami Beach vibes, not like crazy South Beach, but anyways, I used to live on the beach. Like from my building, there was like a private little walkway to the beach. I love the thought of like flip-flops, bathing suits, sand, all of it. And Dylan Joy also loves the water. And I also love the seasons. I love living in New York City. I love how much access we have to culture and activities and diversity, and I love the liveliness of this city. But there's a big part of my heart that is longing for slower, beachy town vibes. So I'm like, what does that look like? Because I don't necessarily want to leave New York City, but I also want to be in the beach. So I'm like, okay, it means that we can buy a beach house. We can go there every weekend. And that could be like a fun compromise. It's like a 3-4 hour drive down like to east, all the east beaches, beach towns. So as I say this, I'm like, holy shit, Steph, all right, are we doing this? And I'm like, yeah, why not? Like, if it's now or never, like, there is one life. So that feels like a really big goal, but like, why not go for it? You know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm talking about all the time. That's what I help my clients do. That's what I have done with my own life. So that leads us into this beautiful question: how to manifest health and wealth and vitality from a place of abundance and trust, right? Where you're trusting yourself. So summer to me is like the perfect energy to set the foundation for manifesting those things, right? It's like summer energy is like the rocket fuel of health and being bolder and wealth and pure joy, right? Because the thing with summer, it has a built-in little cheat code, like a biology cheat code, because in Ayurvedic, which is the ancient Indian science, if you will, of balancing body and mind, summer is Pitta season. I am Pitta because I was born on July. Prime summer. It is fiery. It is watery. It like supercharges focus, right? The thing with Pitta, and I can tell you from a personal experience, this is summer, you have to build in coolage, cooling rituals, right? Because otherwise you burn out. And I think that's why my current ways of work really well, because I work really hard. Like, I'll be here on Saturdays for like 12 hours. During the week, I'm here a lot. But then the other days, I'm cooling off. You know, I'm playing with my daughter. We're going to parks. We're having fun. And I think why this season of my life has been so healthy in that way, because normally in the past I would work out and burn out like before becoming a mom. You know, you really don't have any restrictions or limitations or like structure. You can just do whatever you want. And I'd be working all day, every day. I'm a workhorse. But this season has allowed me to really balance like the workhorsey within me with like the playful and joy that is also very much part of my genetics. So in the summer, you have like Pitta energy that's like fiery and supercharged. And then you also have, in traditional Chinese medicine, summer is like pure joy, right? Unapologetic joy. So I'm like, wait a minute, let's take out this biology and like environment that is built into summer and rocket fuel our success of imprinting a framework for wealth and health and joy from a place of trust and abundance. What has really helped me with the trust and abundance, and I'll start there, is that if you look at, you know, I talk often about, and, you know, this isn't necessarily anything like new, but you've heard a lot probably from me. And if you're into like spiritual theories and concepts, like humans, we were created after nature. So you don't see in nature, like nature is so abundant. And even in the fall where there are no leaves on the trees, the trees aren't complaining that there are no leaves. They're still abundant in who they are and what they're here to provide. And so are we. We have abundant oxygen. We have abundant, you know, feelings. We have abundance all around us. So just look yourself in the mirror and remember how abundant you are just by you being a human being, right? So here's how I sort of broke down a little toolkit, a little framework, a little schedule of taking advantage of this summer rocket fuel. So first we want to, like, I broke it into, let's see, I took little notes, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like 4 little sections of like morning, the window where we're going to like radiate our magnetism. We're going to cool down. Again, because PETA, we got to cool down. We can't just burn out on all summer activities. And then final like wrap up to the day, right? So circadian rhythm, the sun's coming out early. Wake up with the sun, my friend, right? You want to sort of think about the sun of like depositing like wealth into your body bank account, right? Because part of the question was like, what about health? So wake up, allow the sunlight to hit your body for 10, 15, 20 minutes, right? Allow it to be soaked in. Even if you're in your apartment, the sun can still shine through the windows, right? And just connect with the wealth and the health within you. The sunlight rays already are so wealthy and healthy, and they add so much to your day. So take advantage of the longer days of the summer to be depositing all this wealth and health through sunlight into your body bank account, if you will, right? Then you have the window. Listen, and I know that if you work at a company, there's going to probably be some compromises if the schedule feels like that it isn't technically yours, right? Like sometimes you have meetings at different times, but try to use this as a framework. If you're a solopreneur, an entrepreneur, founder, you're probably going to have more freedom with your days. If you work for a company, just use this as a framework to try to bring it into already what your schedule is. So the PETA window that happens throughout the year, but we're going to magnify it in the summer, is 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And I'm calling this like a sprint, like being radiant, maybe like a radiant sprint, like a radiant window where you're going to schedule your negotiations, your launches, all of your like dopamine boost is going to be peaking through these hours, right? So this is where you're going to send the proposals, have the meetings, have the connections, do the damn thing. Maybe you start with a workout right before the peak at 9 a.m. You can adjust. Again, you might have to be in the office at 9, adjust as necessary, okay? So the first part of your day, you start with the sun right when you wake up. Then the first part of your day is like peak sprint, right? Up until about 2 p.m. Then after 2 p.m., you want to start cooling your body because it's summer. PETA is going to be going at all fronts. Cool down, right? So cooling down can be on your way home, if you're able to stop by, like, obviously we have Central Park. We have a ton of parks here. I do grounding when it's like basically you're barefoot on the grass, on the beach, on earth. You want to cool your body. You also want to cool in the form of coconut water, stretching, EFT tapping, anything that feels like it was not enough for you today. You want to cool, you want to release, you want to let it go, baby. Side note, if you are a PETA like I am, and you can do like Ayurvedic tests online. I used to love spicy foods so much. Love them, love them, love them. And then about, 20 years ago, 15 years ago, when I discovered that I was PETA, my body runs very hot, which when I first discovered that, I'm like, of course it does. I'm always sweaty. Like I'm sweating. I get hot. Like I run hot. So does my daughter. We're like two little sweaty chickens. I completely stopped eating spicy foods because it was not supporting the balance and the cool down of my system, right? And it was like a very intentional, strategic decision. Like every once in a while I'll have something spicy, but I haven't had I used to put hot sauce everywhere and I love spicy foods, I stopped eating them completely because it was exacerbating my intensity and the fire within me. And my fire, I love the fiery within me. I don't need extra fire. I don't need extra heat in my body. Also for my organs, for my cells, for just the health of who I am. So when we're talking about health, maybe look up what are you in Ayurveda, and it can also help you with what you're eating, how you're sleeping, how you're studying, how you're working out. All of that plays a role because again, Ayurveda is to study the science between your mind and your body, and you want to make sure that it's all balanced. Anyways, okay, so we woke up, we took a look at the sun, then we have our radiant window, like the 9 to 2 or 8 to 2. Then in the afternoon, we cool down. We do a little grounding. We walk barefoot on the grass, on the beach. We have a little coconut water. We have a little mint tea. We do a little EFT tapping, a little meditation, a little sunset yoga. Okay. And then at the end of the day, I want you to do a little journaling, right? A gratitude journal. Maybe you have areas on like money, movement, mindset, right? Where you're logging in and writing as if you're doing a script, as if it already happened, right? And that's going to help you prime your brain, your like, you know, your neural pathways that you are working towards that success. Now, something that if you're stuck in, I don't know how I'm going to get wealthy. I don't know what the path to life is. I don't know how to get out of this funk. Stop talking to yourself like that, right? If you talk to yourself like in I don't know, then I don't knows will continue, right? I am figuring this out. I'm getting clearer and clearer every day. Okay. So learn to talk to yourself in ways that are supporting of the goals that you want to achieve. So as you're thinking of this, you're going to think about it like a little like a little summer, like a juicy summer manifestation stack. You have early morning vitality, sun in your face, in your body, 15, 20 minutes, right? You are investing in the dopamine, in the health of your brain and your body, right? Then you have your mid-morning to early afternoon little radiant sprint where you're sending negotiations, you're having the conversations, you're putting yourself out there. Excuse me. Okay. Then you have the sunset cooling, feet on the grass, feet on the beach, you know, little afternoon yoga to cool off. And then you end the day with a gratitude journal where you are already teaching the brain that there is plenty, that you are healthy, that you are wealthy, that you got the goods, baby. The walking on the grass or the sand or any sort of earth, it's going to help you release any fire. And the fire can literally come because it's 100 degrees in New York City and you're sweating your brains off. Or the fire can be as like frustration in the system that things are not happening yet, right? And that's like, it so shows up as my PITA when I get angry a little bit quicker or more frustrated quicker or more like, oh my God, what, hurry up. Then I realize like, oh, my PITA is out of balance, right? Let me cool off. Let me relax. Let me drink some coconut water. Put my feet on the grass. All of that is super important, right? So that becomes your little summer stack for manifesting a wealthy, healthy summer. Something that I'm going to bring into my summer, and here's an idea, is fall. Like I'm already going to be thinking of how do I want my schedule to be in the fall? Granted, I am a business owner. Again, I have more freedom. But listen, we are all working towards goals. Whether you work at a corporation and you want to get a promotion, or you're trying to start your side gig, or you started your little content Instagram creation. And I don't mean to say little as in like diminishing, but you started, your Instagram account or YouTube, or you want to start your Etsy business. Like we all have goals. Use this summer not to do more and be like, I need to do more in order to get, but to be more in nature, to recharge through the sun, through the grass, through the playfulness. That is more than enough to fuel your system and recalibrate and get all of the dopamine from the sun, like the nature's OG, right? Dopamine, to then come to fall, will things automatically in autumn become more structured, more committed, more disciplined. So just by being in the sun, in nature, in grass, soaking it in, being playful, being a little bit less structured and more spontaneous, that's all you need to be in order to get the ideas, the next steps, the download and the channel to then smooth into the fall season where it's going to be more execution and more humanness, right? You're going to be doing more. You're going to be more of a human doing in the fall. In the summer, allow yourself to be a human being, and knowing that even though you may not be doing these like very structured actions, things are still happening behind the scenes by you being in the grass, in the sun, in the water, allowing yourself to be more playful and less regimented. And remembering, please cool off. Even if you're not PETA, it is PETA season. So you want to make sure that you're allowing yourself to be cool off and allow yourself to just be chill. Like a hammock, like you're chilling on a hammock on the beach. Like that is the energy that I want you to embody. And I'm telling myself this as well. Like even thinking about, the beach house that we want to buy in 3 years. I need to start embodying the beach life now. And that does not mean the hustle and bustle of New York City, right? That is slow, calm, enjoying what summer has to bring, which I am like so excited about. Summer is officially here. So my friends, listen, couple things before we wrap up. Thank you for being here for my first season. Like I cannot tell you your comments, your screenshots, your support, your love, your joy, all of it means so much to me. And more than that, it just feels like we have formed such a beautiful community here, like the Joyers, the Joy community. It's been so beautiful. If you want to know more about certain things, like send me a DM at Stephanie Verschow. If you have loved this season, if you have loved the episodes, please leave a review and do a 5 little star review on Apple or Spotify. It helps a ton just to get known and so this can get discovered by even more people. If you have a business, next season, I'm going to start doing partnerships / collaborations / sponsorships. They are not like, it's a way for me to highlight businesses that are very much complementary to Joyfully Empowered. So if you have a business, whether it's like jewelry or products or services, send me an email or a DM, right? And let me know, that you want to collaborate, that you want to be featured. I want to start featuring businesses and do a little bit of like sponsorship, collaborations, partnerships within Joyfully Empowered. This community is so awesome. And I think it's so important to highlight one another and what we do, because if I like something, if I'm like, this is awesome, most likely you're going to feel the same way because we're in the same ether of things that we like. And stay connected through Instagram or come to my Substack that's also called Joyfully Empowered. Subscribe. You'll continue getting emails. I want to stay connected through the summer. Have the best summer. Enjoy this beautiful, sunshiny, fun, playful summer energy. You have worked so hard this year. So take the summer Fridays, take the vacation, enjoy this like beach living energy for the next 3 months, whether you actually live on the beach or not. And I will see you in the fall. Thank you, my friends, so much. May you follow your joy always and in all ways.